We're going to start with some spinal mobilization. Arms out to the side, leaning through side flexion, bringing the arms overhead, and curling through to find the other side. If it feels too intense to have your arms overhead, you can just keep them to the side here. And then taking a spinal roll, leading with the head and rolling down through the spine. And reverse, hips first. You can keep soft knees here. And the neck. And the other way. And rolling down. Take a slight bend through the knees, straighten, slight bend, roll back up. As you bend, try to lengthen your torso, place your belly button on your thighs. Straighten and roll back up. Bending in the knees. One more time. Flattening the belly on the thighs. Bending the knees. Rolling back up. Walk out to downward dog. And just walk out through the heels. Really pressing the balls of the feet, the toes, into the mat, warming up your ankles as well. And keeping pressed through the shoulders. And bend, and straighten, and bend, and straighten. Taking one leg in center, and then lifting the other leg 5 times. And other side. And then coming through into a lunge. Keeping the pelvis tucked. And straighten the back knee. And drop. Turn the front foot out to the side. Pointing out at a 45-degree angle. Pressing the knee out. And coming here, hands on the floor, with your hands a little bit in front of the knee. I'm going to press down to the elbows 10 times. And reach behind you, grab onto the foot, and press the foot into the hand, opening the angle of the knee, and then squeeze your butt and pull the heel towards your butt. And press and pull. and press and pull. Straightening the front leg, flex and point the foot, trying to keep the belly flat on the thigh as much as possible, long through the upper back, or long through the back, just the back in general. And we'll bring that leg across into pigeon. And here we're going to press up 10 times. Press back into down dog. And we'll do the other side. Finding a low lunge, tucking the pelvis, tucking the tailbone underneath, and straightening and bending 10 times. Walking the front foot out to the side, hands in front, and pressing down to the elbows. Again, 10 times. Reaching behind for the foot. Press, opening the knee. And squeeze the butt and pull. Press and squeeze and pull. Straightening the front leg and working through flex and point. Again, thinking about keeping the spine long and the belly flat to the thigh as much as possible. And coming into pigeon. Pressing 10 times. Come back to plank. Press down, up, and back to down dog. Leading with the pelvis here. One more. And come into a side lunge. And switch side to side. You can take your hands off the floor if you want and move through with no hands. And come down into a straddle. There we are. Keeping the knees straight. So I'm sucking the kneecaps up into the thighs, pressing the backs of the knees down to the floor as I hinge forward at the hips. If you want arms overhead for a little more load, you can do that too. And to the side. On the other side. And facing sternum to knee. Here. Also, you can have arms overhead, making sure to lift up through the shoulders before coming back up, if you're doing this version. Okay, come back through to quadruped. You're going to take one hand, slide it along the floor, rest your shoulder on the floor. I'm going to take the other hand up, lift, and then open, using the bottom arm on the floor to press into the floor to find some more opening. And switch. We'll come down to lying on the floor and just take a twist stretch. Really reaching through the hip and trying to pin the opposite shoulder to the floor. And just take little pulses here, reaching the hip and the shoulder away from one another, finding the torsion in the spine like you're wringing out a towel. And finally, coming into frog. Just rocking back and forwards. Finding a little more range of motion with each pulse. And then centering your hips over your knees and tilting the pelvis, tucking the tailbone, and then turning the tailbone to the sky, belly button to the floor. The slowest twerk ever. And to finish, just straighten one leg, internally rotating to touch the hip to the floor, come back, and go to the other side. Working all the way through that internal rotation to touch the front of the thigh. and the hip flexor to the floor. One more time. And that is the dynamic stretch flow.